Hey, True Badger Token. Nice to see you today on this wonderful Tuesday. Hope everybody's doing great. We have another daily update for nSights DeFi Trader and how we're doing on that project. And I gotta say, I'm feeling a lot better today than I was yesterday, Doug.
Me too. It's two of us. So yeah, Deb, great night last night, guys. The programmers got a tremendous amount done. I'm going to share my screen a little bit,
Oh, let me give you
and
access. There you go.
first of all, I gotta confess. Yesterday it was a trader error on not seeing the buys. I had just done a sell, and that's why the buys didn't show up. But anyways, today is a different day. Here's what we got done, and this is the exciting stuff. Our numbers now match the real market. So we have fixed, it looks like we have fixed that problem, at least for our main coins. We'll roll that out to the rest of the coins here, but we're testing today and tomorrow. But the number matches, and that was just a huge deal, like I said yesterday, that had to happen, had to get done. The other thing that we got done last night, which is also a major deal that we haven't talked about, is all of the fee calculations and transaction fees and things like that. Those have been gone through, and those appear to be matching right on. So another very major milestone last night to
You
get
know,
that done.
and Doug, something I wasn't expecting on that, which I'm pleasantly surprised. And of course, I don't know why I wasn't expecting this, but we know that some tokens have a 10% in, 10% out, 12% in, right? They have these transaction taxes. And I knew that we would account for those because that's part of what we do. But I didn't realize that we were also going to go back and look at those little teeny tiny fees that you pay every time. Sometimes they're big if you're on Ethereum, but those fees, and they add up and they really do offset your profitability. So of course we're going to be tracking that. I'm so excited to see that in our system.
Well, and there's a lot of things like that, Deb, that you when you start a project like this, it's you just don't know all the moving pieces until you get so deep into it like we do. But yeah, lots of things like that help. One of the things that we've been working on today, Deb, that is like that is all of our traders that have moved their tokens out of their MetaMask into Safest or Cephify, right?
Yeah.
And how do we track that? And so we're working on a way, because they're in a locked, safe area. How do you track that in terms of you guys knowing your overall profitability? So we're putting together a plan for that. That won't be on first go around day one, but it will be shortly after, where we're able to track that also. Then it comes down to, how about people that put stuff in hard wallets like a Trezor wallet? What do you do with that in terms of profitability? Well, we're talking about ways for people to be able to at least key in maybe the stuff that they have in hard wallets so that they can track their coins and their profitability. Because here's what's going to happen. You have a coin in Safest, you have a coin in a Trezor, you have a coin offline somewhere in another wallet, or maybe it's another wallet online that you have coins in. But you need to understand that if you have coins in those wallets, if something happened to that coin and it goes vertical up, you want to know that, right? Because you may want to pull it out of that hard wallet or that safe wallet and then cash some out or trade some or do something with it other than just let it sit in that storage, right? So yeah, so that'll be another step. But those are the kind of things that come out of the development and things that we're doing. But our first priority is the active traders. And so we're getting to the point now where everything's working, and we're going to be able to pull the trigger next week sometime to actually start trading live. And so what does that look like? Well, that looks like what we did the other night. I think this was on Monday night, where I went through BNB and where I mapped out all of the barriers, and you guys can see where we had a bottom barrier here where it hit, and we targeted that. We had the two tops that are primary ranges. We target that. We come right back within those ranges. This is the area that we were looking at when it was happening. We said this is the barrier. We go below this and we'd be looking at others, but we're trying to get this to hold. We show up pressure, and it does exactly what we think it's going to do by reading the volume. What I'm so excited about with nSights is that we're going to be able to sit down and map out trades together, look at things, get educated, and actually begin to execute trades and fire trades and make money if all goes well, right?
Yeah, and I think it's really important, and you said it right there. What have we built? We've built a tool for traders. This was our number one top priority, was to have a way for traders to get in here and see where they're profitable, where they're not, and then have them maximize this system to enable their trading. So what is secondary in this system is that ability to see overall the scope of what's in all of your wallets. That is secondary to what we've built here. I just want to make sure we set the stage, so that, and just like you said, I love that you said, if you've got something in a hard wallet somewhere, you might want to know that that coin is going up, or maybe actually even better, you want to know when it's dropped, right? Because if you believe in the coin enough to hold it off and do a cold storage, you probably want to go gather some more of that coin, or trade it, right? Trade a little bit of it, sell it high, buy it when it drops back down, whatever your situation is. I think those things are very important, but we need to stay really hyper focused on what we've built here for traders. Absolutely.
Yeah. And again, guys, the key is cost averaging, bringing them in, buying them, selling them, compounding our money, doing all those things that we can do to really begin to change our financial futures through trading. And again, it's going to be very active. It's going to be fun, and you're going to learn a ton. And it's a new world for everybody. And it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a lot of fun and exciting. So I want to look at something else here real quick. I'm going to scroll down and, look at some of our utilities here that we really haven't looked at. And I want to explain what you guys are going to see here, because this begins to develop the insight into what's going on. We see on average, it looks like a lot more sellers than buyers inside nSights, people that are selling, right? And we know that because we're down low, people are in fear mode, things are going on, they get they get scared, they sell off. These are the non-whales that are selling in most cases. And the reason I know that, I'll show you why I know that. I'm going to look at wallets held. Okay, so this is really the tokens held, buying and selling. Wallets held, we can see on average over the last 7 days that the wallets held have gone down just a little bit for the average trader. So when we look at all the wallets in nSights, we can see that they've gone down just a little bit, right? But when we look at the total whales held, what the whales are doing, very different. I'm going to look at the top 10 right now. We can see 241 trillion, 241, 241, 243, 243, 244. Whales are going up. Their volume's going up, while other people are going down. Okay, how about the top 50? Okay, let's look at that. 496, 496, 497, 498, 499, 499. Okay, so top 10, top 50, wells are increasing. Other people are decreasing.
That's what happens in the market when people go into panic mode and think, oh my gosh, if I don't sell now, I'm not going to have any money here, right? Those are the people that really don't understand how to believe in a coin. But what happens is now these big holders, they 100% believe in this token that they hold a lot of, and they're coming in and buying what you're selling. So
discount, Deb.
At a huge discount. Yes.
And they're saying, thank you for helping me become richer.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, and that's the kind of insights that we want, right? That's the kind of data that we want to know is who's doing what. It's okay if we see some whale sell off. We'll see that over time in all of our tokens. But if we went from a whale number of 496 and time we got down here, we were at like 150, that might be a problem, right? So this is the kind of detail that we have and this kind of information that we're going to be able to use and work with. And guys, as I tried to show yesterday, here are my trades on screen. I can highlight this. I can get the number that it was bought at. I can get the number, and we'll increase the size of these so they're easier to highlight because they're kind of hard to get on and show the numbers. But if you get it just right, as Brendan says, the A team, right? If you get it just right, we can see it. So anyway.
Yeah, and what's really cool about that too, you guys, is you can grab that. You're going to be able to grab that trade right there, and you're going to be able to do whatever you want to do with that trade right now from the chart. Sell
And
it.
this, and Deb, this is another thing that came up today from you, right? Because I
Yeah.
was talking to you through this that I sold the 2 trades the other day and I could no longer see them as buys. And you go, well, I still want to see them as buys because that's what other platforms do. We're different than other platforms, guys. We're ultimately going to be able to trade right from here. I'm going to be able to pick this one and one of these down here. I'm going to be able to see the profit of the 2. And so I need to see things that are live. But Deb made a good point. Maybe we'll come up with a different symbol, maybe I don't know, some other symbol that shows where the buys were that have now been sold. Okay, so I can still see that I bought these, but they're no longer available for me to trade because they've now been sold. And so we can use that, but really our goal is to be able to select right from the screen, click on a couple of these, have the box that's in the back office like this one, right? When we go here, have this box pop up with the coins that we've selected or the trades that we selected. They'd already be selected and they would pop up in this kind of scenario. They would give us our profitability for them. And then I could directly sell right from the chart. And I got a good visual of my profitability because I'm seeing those entries on the chart. And again, the reason that the price was so important, right, is that I've got to know that the trades that I'm selecting are in fact in profit and that the price purchased and bought at is the correct recorded price. And so we've nailed that. We've got that now. That is working. And so we're full steam ahead. The ethical hacker that's working on the site is still working. We haven't gotten that detailed report yet. Should see that any day. That's the next thing I'm really waiting to see is how that report comes out. But guys, for the most part, Deb, we're getting pretty close to pulling the trigger on this thing.
We're getting pretty close, and we'll be doing next week. Wait for us to let you know that it's time to go ahead and start registering on the site. We'll let you know when that time is good. I'd like to clear out all of my test data. I've got maybe 100,000 accounts in there. I'd like to take a moment and get rid of some of the stuff that's not necessary before we start piling y'all in. And we need to work out too. We have a couple of things to work out there. So hold off. Let us get through a few more tests, and then we're gonna be able to give you an announcement next week about when to start coming and signing up, going for it.
I got chills. I mean, I'm so excited.
Been a long time coming.
What a and again, I'm under no illusion that we're done, right? But to get to the point where we can pull the trigger and play and make money, it's a great day. So
Yeah, and I want to stress too. Doug shows you nSights every time he comes out here, right? Because we're proud of our coin. We want to, but you can come in here and trade away on all kinds of different tokens that are in here, right? So I found a couple of coins that are just fun to trade. They have volume, they have movement. Yeah, it's just kind of fun. I like coming out here, and this is in no way promoting this token at all, not even close.
Right here it is, right?
Yeah, there's been lot of little, lot of little dips, and then they recover, and you buy it on the dip, and you sell it on and it's fun.
Oh, and here's the other thing now, Deb, right? Before you couldn't see any charts, any prices unless you were connected to your wallet. I
Right.
just disconnected and
Yes.
we can still see the charts. We can still see everything. So that was another pretty major fix.
That was a major fix overnight. I was so excited to see that. The other thing, guys, that I want to mention is where it says paste your wallet address. When you paste your wallet address in there, you are just viewing what's in your wallet, right? When you actually connect, that's when you can connect to your MetaMask, and when you're going to connect, that's about the time that you're going to want to make a trade. There really isn't a reason in the system to actually connect for real unless you're actually going to perform a swap. So I really like that about this. You can feel safe about just viewing what's in your wallet instead of having to be connected to see what's in your wallet.
Yeah. And that's a huge, huge difference, Deb.
Yeah,
Because if I have to connect, then I'm open to the world, right? If I
exactly.
just paste my wallet address in here, not open to the world, and I'm able to see everything that I've done, and it's all right here for me to analyze.
Yeah,
So big point. So
super safe.
guys, great day, better day than yesterday. And, very
Yes.
excited to be able to bring the good news. The team has worked extremely hard overnight, and they have really come through. So anyways, I'm hoping tomorrow we'll see some more stuff. Really, I want to see the whales, and I can't show you now because I disconnect. Well, I'm not on. Well, anyways, we'll do that tomorrow. The whales buttons are showing up, but I don't think the whales are right yet. So hopefully the whales tonight, I know they're going to be working on those tonight. Hopefully tomorrow the whales showing on the chart will be more accurate, and then we can begin to use those also as part of our indicators in trading. So very exciting. All right, Deb, that's all I got.
Excellent. So Tim asks, can we buy directly from the trading chart? You can
Uh,
you can
you'll be
tr-
able,
Go ahead.
so ultimately we'll be able to buy or sell directly from the chart. To click on the chart and buy, I want that. I've done that in other software in the past. And I love that. And I think that will come when we do the mid wallet, because what I really want to be able to do is, and I'll give you guys the idea where my mindset is and where I want to go with this, and this will kind of help you. I'm going to say that I'm in Gala here, and I really want to trade Gala, right? What I really want to be able to do is be able to put maybe a trade here, and I'll put, and these will be future trades if the market drops to this barrier here. So I'm kind of lining it up with barriers, right? I'm lining up the top of this one if it pulls back here, and this bottom, lining up this bottom. And man, if Gala ever went down to here, and if I was into this coin, I'd really want to trade here also. I want to be able to click on my barriers, like you're saying, and set a future order, what we would call a limit order, right? Set that order for that to be able to trade at that level. I would also like to be able to take a trade that's on the chart. Say there's a buy on the chart that I want to look at, and let's say for example, and these are future advanced things, right? Let's just say I had a buy on the chart right here, right? Right now it's currently spinning. No, it's currently probably negative. But if I click on this buy and I set a limit order I could say I want to sell that buy here, and I'll change the color of this line for us. So we know that this is a sell. It'll be red, right? Okay. And maybe I want to sell a percentage of it here. And maybe I want to sell a percentage of it here. And maybe if it gets all the way back up to its all-time high, I want to sell a percentage here. And I want to leave a little bit to run in case this coin just goes nuts. Maybe I want to leave a little bit of it to run to here. And I could set up all 4 of those targets based off of that buy. And I'm doing it on my chart so that I can see my barriers. That's my goal. We will get there. And so, I mean, that's the power of being able to understand barriers and trade volume and scale out of a trade and scale into a trade. So the power of what we're going to be doing, guys. Absolutely.
I love it.
All right. Good question. So Deb, that's all I got.
All right. Yeah, I think that's it. We've got a lot of excitement out on YouTube and a lot of excitement here on Zoom. So thank you everybody for sticking with us and coming back to the dailies. We'll have another update just like this one tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific, and we'll see you then. Thank you, Doug.
Thank you, Deb. Thank you, Yanni.